In the annals of American history, few stories capture the transformative power of compassion and the enduring belief in second chances. Mary Prince's life, marked by hardship and injustice, took an unexpected turn when she entered the lives of President Jimmy Carter and First Lady Rosalind Carter, a turning point that would forever challenge society's notions of redemption and justice. Chapter 1. A Hard Beginning in Rural Georgia. Mary Prince was born into a world where opportunity was scarce and survival demanded sacrifice. In the impoverished countryside of Georgia, life was harsh, and every day brought a struggle against economic despair and systemic neglect. Mary dropped out of school in the 7th grade to care for her younger sister, a duty that forced her to mature far beyond her years. Despite the challenges, Mary's inherent kindness and resilience shone through, traits that would later become the foundation of her remarkable transformation. Chapter 2. The Fateful Night and a Flawed Judgment. In 1970, a single night in Lumpkin, Georgia, would alter Mary's destiny. Outside a local bar, an argument escalated into violence, and in the ensuing chaos, a man was fatally wounded. Mary found herself at the center of a tragic incident. Though she maintained her innocence, the evidence against her was minimal, and the trial that followed was marred by haste and prejudice. On the day of the trial, Mary met her court-appointed lawyer for the first time. Under immense pressure, and with promises of a lighter sentence, she was coerced into pleading guilty, even though she did not commit the crime. The verdict was a life sentence. Later, Jimmy Carter would reflect that Mary's race. An impoverished background played a decisive role in the miscarriage of justice. Had the victim been white, Mary's name might have been forgotten. Instead, her conviction became a symbol of a justice system that all too often overlooked the humanity of the marginalized. Chapter 3. An Unlikely Encounter with the Carters. While Mary's future seemed irrevocably altered by the trial, another story was unfolding in Georgia, one of hope and progressive vision. In the early 1970s, Rosalind Carter, then emerging as a compassionate advocate for mental health and social justice, encountered Mary through a state program. Despite the weight of Mary's past, Rosalind was struck by the warmth and kindness in her demeanor. In need of a nanny for her then 3-year-old daughter, Amy, Rosalind made a decision that defied conventional wisdom. She saw in Mary not a criminal, but a woman capable of nurturing and love. Thus began a bond that would soon defy all expectation. For Rosalind, hiring Mary was more than an act of compassion. It was a bold statement about the possibility of redemption. Chapter 4. From the Prison Yard to the White House. When Jimmy Carter won the presidency in 1976, the Carters faced an unprecedented challenge. The transition to the White House meant that every decision would be scrutinized by the public and the media. Among the many controversies was the decision to bring Mary Prince, a woman with a notorious past, into the very heart of American politics. Despite warnings from advisors and the risk of public backlash, Rosalind Carter remained steadfast. After the inauguration, she asked Mary a simple yet life-changing question. How would you like to work in this big old house? No. Mary accepted, and in doing so symbolized the power of a second chance. Determined to secure Mary's future, Rosalind worked tirelessly to obtain a temporary reprieve from her sentence. Even President Carter took on the role of her parole officer, reinforcing their commitment to justice and transformation. In the White House, Mary became much more than an employee. She became a trusted family member. Clad in a simple dress handcrafted by fellow inmates, a tangible reminder of solidarity, Mary nurtured little Amy with a tenderness that quickly endeared her to the entire household. Chapter 5. Public Controversy and Unyielding Loyalty. The Carters' decision to employ Mary in the White House sparked fierce debate. Critics and political insiders questioned the wisdom of having someone with such a background so close to the center of power. The media, ever eager for sensational stories, seized upon her path. In 1977, Saturday Night Live aired a skit that lampooned the situation. The skit, intended as humor, reduced a complex tale of redemption to cheap jokes, further fueling the controversy. Yet in the midst of public ridicule and political risk, the Carters remained resolute. They saw Mary not as a liability, but as a living testament to the belief that every individual deserves a chance to rebuild their life. For the Carters, Mary was family, a woman whose innate goodness had already transformed their lives. Her gentle care for Amy, the bond they shared, and the unwavering loyalty she exhibited were powerful counterpoints to the criticism she faced. Chapter 6. A Life Reclaimed and a Lasting Legacy. After the end of Jimmy Carter's presidency in 1981, Mary Prince's story was far from over. She moved to Plains, Georgia, a stone's throw away from the Carters, and continued to be an integral part of their lot. In Plains, Mary's home became a sanctuary where the legacy of compassion and redemption was celebrated every day. She babysat the Carters' grandchildren, attended family gatherings, and remained a steadfast reminder of the potential for change. In later years, Mary's case became a focal point in discussions about the failings of the American criminal justice system. President Carter often cited her trial as a clear example of how systemic bias and economic disadvantage could condemn the innocent. His 2006 book, Our Endangered Values, included a powerful commentary on Mary's experience, arguing that her wrongful conviction was not an isolated incident. It was part of a larger pattern of injustice faced by the poor and people of color. Rosalind Carter's commitment to Mary was a reflection of her broader humanitarian philosophy. Known for her advocacy in mental health and human rights, Rosalind believed that true justice required the courage to extend forgiveness. For her, Mary was a living affirmation of that belief, a reminder that every soul is capable of transformation. Chapter 7. Reflections on Compassion and Justice. The story of Mary Prince and the Carters is a testament to the power of empathy in the face of injustice. It challenges us to reconsider our preconceptions and to recognize that the measure of a society lies not in its ability to punish, but in its capacity to rehabilitate and restore. Today, as debates over criminal justice reform and racial equity continue to dominate public discourse, Mary's journey remains a beacon of hope. Her life is a powerful reminder that every person, regardless of their past, possesses the capacity for growth and redemption. The Carters' decision to welcome Mary into their family was not merely an act of defiance against a flawed system. It was a declaration that the human spirit, when nurtured with compassion and respect, can transcend even the darkest of circumstances. In reflecting on this remarkable chapter of American history, one cannot help but be inspired by the enduring truth that every ending can herald a new beginning. Mary Prince's legacy is one of resilience, a legacy that continues to remind us of the transformative power of second chances. Epilogue. As the sun sets over Plains, Georgia, the memory of Mary Prince's journey endures. Her life, intertwined with that of the Carters, stands as a poignant reminder that justice, fairness, and compassion are the true pillars of a humane society. The story of Mary Prince is not just a historical account. It is a call to action, a call to look beyond labels, to challenge injustice, and to embrace the possibility of redemption for all. Redemption in the White House is a story that continues to inspire, urging each of us to believe that no matter how troubled one's past, The promise of a brighter future is always within reach.